Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. May say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid. So I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take the parts that resonate, leave everything else behind. And if you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. Welcome back, y'all. Hope everybody's doing good and feeling good. It's been a very odd day today. Got a lot done. Day started off a little different than normal. Like the day's going a little weird, but it's been very full so far. I'm not even done. Alright, let's tap in, see what Spirit wants to talk about today. Let's do an oracle pull. I've never done this deck in a box spread, so let's try it out. Like, let's try it together. Alright. Oh, I'm like, oh. I'm curious though. There looks like there's an energy of a relationship. I do not know who this is. And I mean, the way that it looks to me, it looks like somebody, like there's this relationship that somebody is in, but they're choosing, like, I don't get the impression that there's love here, but they're making a decision. They've made a decision not to do anything, like walk away. They're not leaving. They're staying in a relationship, though there may not be love here. Okay. Okay. I'm talking to a feminine. Okay. I'm talking to a feminine energy today who may be involved in a relationship. Like I said, if they're, it's almost like, and I'm like, Angel of Love and Contract are both in the reverse here. So it kind of feels like it's like somebody who's in a partnership. They may want, like, they're in a relationship of some sort. They may want to get out of it. I think this person may be kind of keeping to themselves. Like, feels very much like an internalized energy. Like, I feel like I'm unhappy here, but I'm not going to tell you that. So I'm just going to stay here while I'm thinking about what I need to do. Presently making a decision to not do anything. Somebody's in a holding, kind of like giving me a holding pattern. Somebody's made a decision to not take any action. This woman may feel like her hands are tied within a situation. So there is some attachment. I'm like, this attachment card, my attention is being drawn to this chain because her arm is chained to the post. It kind of gives me the impression that this woman doesn't really feel like she has any recourse. Like, I can't take action because my hands are tied. I'm like, I don't have the cards out here, but it could be financially. Okay. Yeah, it's like somebody trying to, it has something to do with resources. And whatever this relationship is, wow. Okay. Okay. Whatever this relationship is, it's kind of giving me the energy of like people not knowing the inner workings of somebody's relationship. Only what you see on the outside. And what people see on the outside, because you don't talk about it, what people see on the outside, kind of like, I'm like, ooh, I already know. I'm like, I already know what this is. Actually, I'm like, this ain't my reading, but I know whose reading this is. Okay, so this is energy of, because like I said, I saw it up here. I'm like, well, it wasn't on the board initially because I just see somebody. I can see where there's this relationship being tied to it. Very well could be married. Married to somebody that you're not necessarily like, you're not in love with them or you're not really happy with them, but you're not in a position, financial position. You're not in a financial position right now to like take any action or make any moves, right? I do feel like there's this, like I said, you could be married or something. You don't like, somebody doesn't want to necessarily go through the whole divorce thing. I don't get the impression that there's no beef. I don't think you're angry, but your partnership, like from the outside looking in, might be the envy of all the people around you. Like they see y'all and look at you as couples goals, right? Not knowing or not knowing or not realizing that you don't actually feel the love that they think that they're seeing, that the other people, the other people think they're seeing. I'm like, I don't see any hostilities here. I do feel like the like whoever this woman is, it almost feels like people, and this is like a side message. It's almost like people are probably jealous of the union, not knowing, like I said, they're perceiving it from the outside. So they look at you like couples goals. I don't know what the positioning of the man, because I don't actually have any male cards out here. Hell, don't. It could be a same-sex relationship, because I'm like, all the cards out here have women on them. But it's like you're in a relationship where there's no actual like love, but it looks like that from the outside. It looks like we're a happy family. It looks, you know what I'm saying, gives the appearance of that. But that's not the real thing. That's not really what it is. Yeah, I like, and I have two back-to-back cards about resources. So somebody here is not taking action because you may not have the resources available to take action. Damn. I'm like, carrying connection in the reverse. Adjacent to the contract in the reverse, a happy family, the envy. People envy the relationship and they don't even know. They don't even know the inner workings of the relationship. Yeah, I'm like, and folks just don't know. Folks just don't know. Okay. It's like they're perceiving it from the outside. Yeah, I'm like, I think that's the only reason. That's the only thing that's stopping this woman from moving towards the door to healing and happiness. The lack of resources. And I feel like this, I'm like, I don't know what this is. Because I feel like down up here, and it's not to say that you don't, like, I don't know who I'm talking to today. But it's not that you don't love, because I'm like, because I see there's love here, but then kind of not. So maybe one of you has love and the other person does not. Or these could be two separate energies. Like maybe, I'm like, but this is a positive. This is like, ooh, maybe it's like you have great sex, but you're not in love with the partner or something like that. That could be it too. I'm like, maybe you got popping sex, and but the other stuff is not there. Yeah, and then somebody's trying to find the courage. I mean, because it goes back to here walking away and towards all these doors, because you got a couple of cards with doors on them, and all the cards with doors are in the reverse. So you're not actually going through the door, and you're not actually walking away. Somebody trying to find courage and strength to move away from this to go towards their journey. Okay. Two more cards. Oh, somebody doesn't have a plan. It's like genuinely not having, they don't know. Like they know. It's like seeking, okay, it's a lot. This is like a woman who is looking for an exit plan, or she is coming up with an exit strategy, or needs to come up with an exit strategy. Because right now she's not going anywhere. Right now she is where she is. She's not. There may have been, or may be hostilities between you. It doesn't really look like that right now, but you may have dealt with instances of hostility within the connection. I feel like this woman is trying to muster up the courage to walk away. That's what this looks like. But down here, it feels like I don't really have a plan. I need to come up with a plan. I don't really have a plan. But she's focused. There's a lot of things. I'm like, I have 2 clients. This is. I'm like, I know exactly what this is. I literally have 2 clients I can think of. I'm like, I know what this is. This looks like a woman who is trying to come up with a plan. But money is the thing. Money is, I won't say preventing. Yeah, I know you need money in order to do stuff, but and on the outside, people actually envy the relationship because of whoever this person may be connected to. Which, like I'm saying, it's crazy because I do not have any masculine cards out here. This is all based around a woman. A woman and her not knowing what to do right now. Feeling like her hands are tied. Feeling bound to a relationship that she ain't really all that into. Like I said, the sex could be popping, but that's about it. There's financial constraints, so she's worried about leaving, and maybe I'm like, are you withholding? Okay, I'm gonna advise somebody to like lean into your, like, lean in. Okay, there's fear. Well, then get to the point where you're not afraid. Because you're not taking action. So you're not afraid to take the action. It's really stemming around the fact that there's a lack of resources. Like, I know if I walk away from this, I won't have the resources to support, myself, or, if there's children involved or whatever. It's like you're being called to move forward and you're not afraid to do it, but you just aren't taking action right now because of the resources or needing resources. Okay. So right now you're not doing anything. You're having patience. I'm going to recommend again, lean into your support network, like your community. If you've got a tribe of people around you, lean into your network. Because you do have people that I want to say that are like in close proximity. Like, you might feel like your hands are tied, but you do have people that are in close proximity that could actually help you. But you also have to be vulnerable enough to accept the help, but also to be able to ask for help if you need it. Oh. Ooh. I'm like, oh, this changes the dynamic altogether. This feels like there may also be some, if the partner, again, it's crazy, I do not have any masculine cards out here, like overtly masculine. I don't have those. I just have mostly centered, all the cards out here are women. But there may be some information. So if there's someone here, because this feels like this also could be finding out some information about third party energy. Like, if somebody had been lying about it, this could be information about that coming out. Or information that the family unit itself is not as happy as it appears on the outside. And storm warning is kind of like the tower for me. I'm like, but this is a warning, which means this is something that you end up hearing about before the actual thing falls apart, right? So, were you waiting to hear about third party energy? Maybe you knew it. Maybe you knew. I'm like, even if you knew it intuitively, I'm like, even if you knew it intuitively, I don't feel like you're mad about it. It's like one of those things. It's funny. I posted this yesterday. I saw it online. Like, where's that quote? The universe will never give you peace in something you were never meant to settle in. This makes so much sense. But think about all the instances where you were in situations where it always felt unsettled. It was because you weren't meant to be there. That was spirit trying to push you out of the environment, make you leave. Like, yes, listen. I'm like, and all of the financial cards are all in the same section. They're all right here. It's like there's nothing I can do but be patient. There's no money coming in. Or I don't have money. I'm like, I don't know what your role as the feminine. I don't know if you're like a homemaker and you don't have any actual income, or you're trying to figure out a way to build some income so you can kind of stack away. But right now, I feel like you're dealing with some financial constraints. I'm like, financial constraints in the upright with blossoming abundance in the reverse. It's like I'm dealing with a financial pinch, and I'm not doing anything because I don't really know what to do. I'm having patience. Because you know this man. Okay. Now here's the masculine, but he's coming out as distorted. And not only is he distorted, he's withholding. So it's like, this is somebody here who, even if he had the ability to help you financially, I kind of get the impression that he don't want to. But I'm like, but if there is proven infidelity, like, you know, you find out that he's been lying and there had been third-party energy, he won't be successful in trying to create instability for you. So, like, that may, like I said, the finances or resources or money or something might be a thing here in your relationship for you. I'm just seeing a lack of success in causing instability. Or maybe somebody lying about, they may be lying about like the kind of like their financial position. Maybe they're not being completely they're not being completely like transparent about their financial position. I mean, like, everybody's relationship is different. Like, sometimes I don't know. I don't know what everybody else's relationship is like, but there are some relationships where it's like, you know, my money is my money, your money is your money, and then we have this money that covers the household expenses or whatever. I'm like, this almost feels like somebody lying about what they actually have in order to appear like they have less. That's for somebody. Yeah, so somebody here is feeling like kind of low self-esteem, like not being all that comfortable with like wanting to walk away because I don't know how I'm gonna survive, kind of thing. I don't like this energy. Because this man is I feel like this man is hiding something. And here you don't know about it. And even if I pulled the cards from the bottom, even with this plan, like initially we talked about the feminine having a plan, but now this is on the top. I mean, I'm looking at the top cards. And I'm like, this man, because these are all connected to the man too. So this man, I'm like, at the same energy, it's like you're high as the feminine. I don't know if I'm talking to a man or a woman today. Like, take it how it resonates. But I'm like, both parties are kind of withholding in their own kind of way, like not letting other people know that they're not actually a solid ass couple. And resources are an issue down here. Yeah, I'm like, now it just loops back. I'm like, the feminine energy has love. There's love here. Oh, shit. I'm like, this is really crazy. Because I kind of feel like there's love here. I'm like, I do feel like there's weird. It's kind of weird. I'm like, there's love, but then there's not. I don't know how to explain it. I'm like, there's love. I mean, I see it, but it's coming more from the feminine side. I'm like, there's love here, but then not. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how else to describe that. Okay, now that we got the dog quiet. All right, let's clarify. Like, I'm about to edit out all that barking. Let's clarify. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Okay, now that we got the tarot out here, this looks like betrayal. Oh, third party energy. Betrayal. Oh, God. Okay, so somebody had been trying to hide some third party energy. I also get the energy that this relationship or the partnership was emotionally unsupportive. Oh, damn. And somebody took some hate, maybe took some impulsive action, or maybe made the wrong choice, and it resulted in, ooh, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Excuse me, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse and Judgment in the upright. That don't sound good. Okay. Yes, so somebody here could have been disloyal, lazy in the relationship, and keeping it a secret. Keeping it a secret. Oh, wow. Now, you know, with every ending comes a new beginning. I'm like Ten of Swords and the Fool. So with every ending comes a new beginning. So while it may be painful to part ways, the relationship, I see it's emotionally unsupportive, and you're not happy. You're like, the reality is somebody here is not happy, and it's time for somebody to make up their mind or make a decision. Now it's interesting because I have the Two of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune out here, and I talk about these two cards together. I historically have always talked about these two cards together because, like, when you make the decision, because the Two of Swords is kind of like the inability to make the decision. But when you make the decision, then the wheel turns to support the decision that you make. But no decision is a decision, right? Remember when I said at the beginning, I'm like, somebody wants to go, but they have chosen, they've made kind of like a decision to stay where they are. But when you stay where you are, that doesn't actually bring about any kind of real change. Yeah, so wanted to take action. But really stuck in the mind and not, it's kind of like having a really difficult time figuring out like what to do and feeling like the sense of having your hands tied. Lots of red tape. So maybe you're choosing to focus, like, I can't really do anything about this over here, so let me just focus on myself. Let me focus on the things that actually do have value to me. Okay, this could be communicating, travel. This could have something to do with travel. I heard daydreaming. Just funny because I don't have any cards that actually reflect that, but that's what I heard. Strategizing, coming up with a plan. I know I want to leave. I'm not happy here, but you need a plan. Don't take impulsive action, because if you take impulsive action, yes, things could absolutely go sideways, and then you're going to be trying to figure some shit out. So don't do that. I support that. Gee. Same row. This is the same row as the underlying cards. It's like, I can't make up my mind. I'm afraid to make I'm afraid to make the wrong choice. This is like making the wrong choice to stay. To not leave. Due to the instability. It's like staying in a situation. Oh, God. Okay. Because now I have a set of counterparts out here, but the masculine energy is distorted. Okay, just like I said earlier, the masculine is distorted. Now, this is a man who is very financially motivated, but they're also very appearance-based. Like, this is keeping up with the Joneses. You know, even if I'm like, it's the same thing I said, both people are unhappy. There's love, but and even if this man was to stick around, I'm staying because we appear to be a happy family, though I may not feel, you know, I may not be happy or whatever. I'm like, this man just wants to, I'm like, this man just wants to go chase ass. I'm sorry. That's what it looks like. I'm like, that's what it looks like to me. don't want to go chase ass. And meanwhile, the feminine's over here feeling some kind of way because she's like kind of focusing on, I'm like, this is a woman who's definitely trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. But she's like, can a sister give 15 cents though first? You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, sis. I'm like, oh, sis. It kind of feels like somebody who's just biding their time. This definitely feels like you're going to bide your time to a point where you're going to be like, I can't do this shit anymore. You know what I mean? This is kind of giving some fake it till you fake it down. I was saying fake it till you make it, and then the moon came out. This is definitely giving fake it till you make it kind of energy, where you may not be happy per se, but you are going to just stick it out. You're trying to thug it out, and then you're waiting. Okay, so this feels like I'm gonna just stick it out. I'm not happy here, but also there's an element of fear, like fear of the unknown, because that's part of the reason why you're staying. You're not happy there. Neither one of y'all, you're not happy there. I feel like he's out here doing his thing. Y'all play like everything is cool, like on the surface to the people, everything is cool, but it's not. You here, you stay, and you keep it to yourself that you're not really happy there. But in the meantime, since I'm not here and I'm trying to plan to figure out a way, I'm just going, while I'm waiting, while I'm strategizing, hopefully things will even out. Like things will even themselves out. 555. 555 means sudden change. I'm like looking at that storm warning next to the Queen of Pentacles. 555 is sudden change. So there could be some changes getting ready to happen in this relationship. It is giving me counterparts. Like I said, I got counterparts out here. I'm like, yes, when one door closes, another door opens. Can you go into a new cycle with the same partner? You absolutely can. Is it a lot of work? Hell yeah. Especially if there are still some karma or karmic shit you gotta work out between yourselves, like within your relationship. But that's a long haul. Working off the karma is a long haul. It requires, it's work. It's a lot of work involved in that. And I'm like, I just don't see this masculine. I just don't see him putting in that kind of effort, honestly. And with the masculine, like if he does get busted out, it almost feels like, how when somebody does something wrong and you bust them out or whatever, and they just want to, because you can't dictate to other people like how quickly or how soon somebody should recover or heal. Like you can't dictate like how soon somebody heals. And so this almost feels like this energy kind of feels like I'm not going to focus on the past. Like, let's focus on the present, right? Let's focus on the present. Let's sweep the past shit under the rug. Because, you know, that's you holding me accountable. And I ain't really trying to be held accountable. Let's sweep it under the rug. Maybe, and that it is connected to him too. It's like, listen, both of y'all are in the same kind of energy. Let's just sweep the shit under the rug and hope for the best, and maybe things will just even out, and we'll just keep on, you know, we'll just keep on trucking and stay in this marriage. Yeah, you could do that, but you can't just hope for the best. There's got to be work. Like, there's work involved, and I just don't see it out here. So there is withholding. I'm like, is it the man who's withholding? Similar energy. Somebody's trying to manage their expectations while trying to persevere and make it work. I mean, yeah, I can see that. But I also feel like there should be, yes. I mean, this feels like somebody wanting to apologize. But this also could be like this feminine energy here too, withholding an apology. Because, child, if you're not the one out here doing whatever, then don't you apologize for shit. Don't you apologize for being emotionally distant if the partner that you're with has been emotionally distant. Maybe that's something that you customarily do. Maybe you apologize all the time. Maybe you always take the responsibility because you just, you know, just to try to, you know, make the waters calm. You apologize when it's not even you. You know what I'm saying? Oh. I don't like this energy. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, because I'm like, it's way too much third party energy out here from me. I'm sorry, just way too much emotional. Yeah, no. I'm like, between the lies and the deceit and the confusion and the withholding, the secrets. There are lots of secrets out here. I do see somebody here that's trying to juggle things that are causing, you know, some type of emotional turmoil here for someone. It's really interesting because I'm like, at the base of it, I just see a relationship riddled with, I want to say, like, emotional abuse, you know, a lot of withholding, being unsupportive emotionally. Like, yeah, you could be there in physical presence, but they're not nurturing to your nervous system. And then if they had done some shit in the past, it's like, how do we sweep this under the rug? And then you're carrying the burden of, like, I don't know why, but then somebody's left carrying the burden of what has transpired, and then the other person's trying to, like, keep a smiley face like everything's fine, and it's not really. Because it definitely feels like self-sacrifice. And I'm like, I'm sitting here not trying to judge this man, but I'm judging the hell out of this man. I'm like, I'm judging the hell out of this man. Because this is some crazy ass energy. I'll do one more row. Yeah. Now this could be the feminine too. Like, if this masculine were to apologize, this could be her rejecting the apology. Yeah. Ugh. Oh my god. There's so much. Because I kind of feel like there's someone here who hasn't, there's a whole lack of self-reflection. Somebody hasn't really taken the time, I feel like, to realize what it is that there's confusion here. I don't know what I want, but I do want some reciprocity. And I'm biding my time, waiting for some reciprocity. Or waiting for, because I think somebody here may have been getting breadcrumbed. Ooh. I don't like this. Whoever this part, whatever this is somebody that is connected to your past, somebody who has betrayed you. And like I said, I always talk from the perspective of the divine feminine, because that's who started off the reading. And the masculine cards that I do have out here are distorted, okay? So it's like being in a relationship. I don't feel like there's any fun, like whatever, there have been betrayals, and I'm not saying that it's happening right now. It could be happening right now, but there have been betrayals in the past that maybe you still haven't worked through all the way. There may have been some infidelity. I'm like, it's a whole bunch of other shit going on out here too. Because it's like, I don't want somebody to know. I don't want anybody to know about this flirting. Because this could be flirting. Somebody flirting. Offering something small. Flirting with somebody. Because this looks like somebody else. So it could be like somebody that in this... Let me see. How are we connected to this masculine? I'm like, I don't know who this woman is, because this is a separate woman. I'm kind of saying, I don't want to say this is the feminine. I feel like this is, because I've ever said the masculine have been involved in some kind of third party energy. I don't know who this woman is. This woman could totally be like a mother-in-law, or you know what I mean, like a mother-in-law or a sister, or somebody that this man, another woman that this man may have had love for, connected to the past, connected to his past, connected to your past, whatever. I get the impression that whoever this woman is, though, whoever this woman is, not the divine feminine, whoever this woman is, though, she don't want to be alone. She doesn't want to be alone. I'm like, it's a lot out here. Like, I see a couple of different variations. I'm like, I could be reading just the cards that I have out here. I could read this shit all day long. Because I see a few different things out here. But I do kind of feel like this masculine, I don't know, he's like... I'm like, there's so much out here. On one hand, I have a masculine who is very selfish and only focused on appearances. While this woman focuses on the health and well-being of her family, of her home, her children. She would like to make $1 out of 15 cents, but she needs the 15 cents first. And sure, would she like to work collaboratively with her partner? Yes, but with a third party? No. Because this is him lying. Like, this whole row right here would be him lying about third party energy interfering in their marriage. When it's supposed to be me and you, but it's me, you, and them. I don't like it. See, and then there's manipulation. This could even be like manipulation, because this is going into a new cycle. So it's like, like I said, every ending comes with a new beginning. The Ten of Swords and the Fool. So we, wrap up one cycle, go to a new one. But manipulation. So even if you like say you kumbaya and you try to like work it out, I'm like, it's still giving like manipulation to keep you there, and I'm still going to be disloyal to you. I'm still going to be dealing with third party energy, and I'm still not going to be emotionally supportive to you. I'm sorry, what? Oop, let's take them. Yep. Look at that. 10 of Wands in the reverse, 10 of Pentacles in the upright, 9 of Cups in the reverse. So, yeah, you don't want to deal with no third party shit, that especially if they can't hide it. And maybe they've been doing this for a long time. Maybe this is the point where you make a decision to get yourself out of this nightmare. Damn. Chariot in the World in the reverse. Like, could you move on? Sure. I'm like, but when the World is in the reverse, I'm like, something, the Sun. Yeah, there's exposure about something that's been taking place over long periods of time. Somebody's been cheating. Holy shit. Someone's been cheating. For a long time, even. And there could be somebody here looking into, digging, researching, maybe. This could be discussion. Hell, this could be somebody talking shit about it. Like, they discover it, they're talking shit about it. Oh, this is like somebody here being... Oh, you know what it looks like? It almost feels like blackmail. It almost feels like blackmail. Like, I don't know who this other woman is, but this feels like this communicating some information about whatever this is, whatever infidelities have been going on for a long period of time. Because I'm like, whoever this woman is, there's a lot of secrets around this, but there's this, all the infidelity cards are kind of all connected back to this individual here. And like I said, there's third party energy like all over this board. So there's something that's been going on, I want to say, for a long period of time. So this man may have developed a relationship, an outside relationship with somebody. Maybe he's been giving her money. Maybe this is the discovery of somebody giving them money. This is like learning some, or even could be like the evidence, learning of evidence. This is something tangible. Learning of some information, tangible evidence of the infidelity. What? Almost like maybe this man pretended like they were not together anymore. Like, I don't know what this man's deal is. There's a lot going on with him. And maybe she did some research to find out like what he was really doing or what he's really into, like what's going on with him. Because I don't know who this person is, but I kind of think this person may be connected to his past, or maybe you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe this is a past situation, because it does kind of give me that. But it also tells, I don't know, I'm like it's so much out here. Oh, so maybe if he's like, so if he cheated in the past and said, you know, like everything that comes out, you find out about it, and then they beg and promise, like, I'm not going to ever do that again. This is manipulation up here. I'm not going to ever do that again, right? But then there's some evidence or tangible evidence that you find out that it never ended. That never ended. Death is in the reverse. Like, it didn't end. That didn't change. That they've still actively been getting away with this thing. Whatever they've been doing. I'm like, there's no love there, but a lot of temptation. I'm like, this is a weak ass man. And somebody getting karma. So if the karma is that the woman leaves him and takes half of his, you know, something from the past. I'm like, it goes something from the past that hasn't been let go of. They weren't able to, because they had an established relationship or situation from the past that they didn't end or something like that. I don't know what this is. Please tell me in the comments. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I'm just throwing cards at this point. But this is like something they haven't moved on from the past, and it didn't end. It's an established relationship or something. Poor investment of time and effort, though. Poorly invested time. Somebody had been lying. I said it. If they said, I'll never do it again, da 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 da, they didn't actually stop it. It hasn't, this right here, it's still connected to this relationship. It still hasn't stopped. It never stopped. They were lying. Justice. I mean, justice, when this justice is in the upright, justice is being served. So this very well could be a divorce, like somebody finding out the truth and then filing for divorce and taking his man for everything he has. Very possible. Because I'm like, this Ace of Cups in the reverse, I'm like, there's no love here. There's a relationship on the board, but there ain't no love here. Somebody was having hopes for a new abundant beginning. But this is giving like Jezebel energy. Child, whoever this man is connected to, he is connected. Whoever this man is connected to. First, let me tell you. One, he is a liar. He is a whole liar. He don't just lie to you, but he lies to all the bitches that he fucks with too. He's a liar. Okay. Now, I do have a Jezebel energy out here who may also be a practitioner. Oh, I said there is this woman here who may be in like a one-sided competition with you. Like, you don't know of her existence. You may not. I don't know. But I do have an energy of this woman. This is an energy of trying to like break up the partnership, break up the marriage. She wants the man for herself. Whatever this is, I don't know who this woman is. Third party doesn't always have to be romantic. I literally do not. Like I said, it could be a mother, it could be somebody's sister, it could be a mother-in-law, it could be an aunt, whatever. It's a woman. But there's a woman out here who literally has been trying to wedge herself between you and your partner. This would be more of the relationship, because this is not like the healthy relationship that I'm talking about where they're trying to break you up, because I could see from the very onset of the reading, even with the oracle cards, the relationship is not, yeah, it's like it's not happy. And the masculine is distorted. Yeah. Yeah, the relationship, whatever this relationship is, I'm going to pull these cards back. Whatever this relationship is, this is not the healthy partnership that I've been talking about in the last couple of readings. This is a relationship that's kind of like I want to say like on its last leg, where the feminine is kind of in a position where she may not be able to leave because she doesn't have the necessary resources to sustain for herself. So maybe I'm talking to like a stay-at-home mom or something like that. She doesn't have the resources to do it on her own and needs this masculine for, you know, his ability to provide. But neither one of them are happy. Both of y'all are staying in a situation and neither one of y'all are happy there. It looks like the masculine is kind of doing his thing while the feminine is, you know, kind of trying to figure it out and do her thing. I don't know, y'all. I'm like, I don't know, y'all. Tell me in the comments. I'm going to grab one more deck to do one quick pass. Let's use my deck. Like, we'll do one more quick pass. But I do get the impression that both people are really unhappy. You got the picture perfect looking ideal situation, but neither one of y'all are happy. Let's do one quick pass. Ooh, that wants to come out. I'm like, this is like taking action, but not wanting to take action, take the lead on something, but then maybe you're making a decision, and maybe it's best for everybody if we just stand down, do nothing. I'm gonna put it to rest. Okay. It's almost like somebody had an expectation of things changing, but they haven't. And then going into the future, having hope for clarity. Okay. Same energies out here. I'm like, third party energies out here again. Like, I don't like it. And I feel like somebody here is trying to make a decision, contemplating moving away from a situation because it's just too much. It's too much. I'm like, it's too much. I'm looking at this Ten of Wands. It's too much. You got just too much. You don't, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to do this. Some background. Oh. And if it is discovered that somebody has been engaging in third-party activities, they may be facing some unfortunate circumstances and a lack of stability. This person may have been lying. That's crazy. Saying that I'm not doing that anymore, right? It's almost like, remember when I said I was like that magician that popped up and I was like, I didn't really like that energy. Because it's almost like, you know, let's try to kumbaya, let's try to make it work and do it again. I won't cheat and I won't do this and that or whatever. And it's really because somebody doesn't want to have to come up off of, like, they know if they're cheating and you divorce them, they may end up having to pay, like, you know, child support if there are children involved, child support, alimony. They don't want to do that. So it's definitely giving fake it till you make it. Ooh. Somebody, fears and concern is like, and I'm like, this could be you being afraid of walking away because you don't know. Like, remember, I had the moon right there and was like the fear of the unknown. Like, if I leave, I don't know what's going to happen, right? And I think a lot of times the things that prevent you from doing things when you're like, ooh, when that moon energy comes out and you're like, I don't know what to do, it is human nature to automatically think of the worst case scenario, like what if, and then you start thinking of all the bad shit that can happen. But not enough people are thinking about the positive things. Like, y'all don't focus on, like, you immediately go to the bad shit without saying, but what if I did it and everything turned out exactly the way I needed it to turn out, right? I'm going to tell you all the time, I wouldn't have accomplished half of the things that I have accomplished in the last several years if I didn't just do this shit scared. Like, be scared. There's a little excitement that goes along with that, but do it scared. That'll give you the motivation. Yeah, if somebody's afraid of walking away. And then part of the blockage is the fact that somebody is still kind of lamenting over the disappointments of, things that may not have worked out in the past. Yeah. Some stuff in the past. Part of the blockage is somebody is still focusing on things from the past. Can't quite move on from that. Ooh. And somebody needs to release. Ooh. And somebody really needs to release. I'm talking to a feminine today. Or it could be the masculine. If I'm talking to the masculine, the man, because I think it's the man that's doing the cheating. So if the messaging is for the masculine who is potentially cheating, then what he needs to release is those player ways, like the behavior. This may also be somebody who may travel for work. If this is somebody who does extensive traveling for work, it's kind of like, this ain't for everybody, but I'm kind of getting an energy of somebody who travels for work and they have like somebody in every city kind of thing. Okay. That ain't for everybody. Ooh, so somebody here is afraid to make the decision. Maybe afraid to make the decision to be honest with themselves or honest with their partner that this is no longer something I want to continue investing my effort and energy into, because I'm telling you, I don't really see no changes here. I just see, even with all the spreads that I've done, I just saw like a lot of manipulation in order to like prevent somebody from walking away. Because the thing is, even if they're not happy, they benefit from having you there, and they benefit from having you close, right? I don't want you, but I don't want nobody else to have you, kind of thing. I don't know, it's weird. But here is about making the decision to like to face the reality that this may be no longer beneficial for you, no longer worth the effort and time and energy that you've invested into it, and to learn how to just pull back and say, I've invested all I can invest. I try to be patient and wait for something to change, and you know what, I'm just going to call it a loss and be done with it. 3 of Swords. Everybody's disappointed. I'm heartbroken, but at some point, how many times you gonna get run over by the train before you get off the tracks? How many times are you going to get run over by the train before you get your ass up off the track? You deserve to be happy too. Yeah, and that's the problem. It's like this feminine energy is in need of resources. That's the biggest thing. I'm talking to a woman who, like I said, could very well be a homemaker. And they don't have any outside, they don't have a form of income. And right now, that's kind of got her in a chokehold. Like she's afraid to leave because I don't have a way to support myself or the children. Yeah, I'm like, this man has just been, this man was manipulating. I'm like, I got counterparts out here again. This man was manipulating the feminine to stay in order. I said, like, they didn't want to create too much change. Like, there's something in the way that you navigate your relationship that has some kind of consistency in it, where it's like, this is the way that we are. This is how we've always been historically. I move the way I move. And it's like this man, he moves the way that he moves, but he moves that way because he's been allowed to. I mean, if that's the case, why can't you do that shit and let her go? But like I said, he benefits from having you close by, and I think it's like an image thing. It's more about the image thing. I'm like, is this another person? Or is this you? Like, you could have a public platform. You could be in the public eye. Something you do, like if you're an entrepreneur, or if you have some, like I said, you could be an entrepreneur or you could have a public platform. Either way, in the future, I think you're gonna have to step out on faith, baby. Because I'm like, I see it in the future. It looks like you stepping in, like stepping into your own, but also stepping into some generational wealth. But you're going to have to figure out a way how to get out of this, because I see it like you want to walk away, but you're afraid to do it. I'm like, this person may also be hiding. Okay. I'm like, I could look at this two different ways. I could look at it as you as the Empress being unhappy with the stability, being unhappy in the relationship because of the lack of stability, because of third party energy. And definitely rejecting the idea of such. Look at that. Moving on after betrayal. And getting yourself out of a nightmare. I'm like, there has been betrayal here. I also look, this also kind of looks like somebody here may be hiding some resources. Okay, so then we have a decision, a heavy decision that needs to be made, potentially about divorcing. Like, this is like, this is calling somebody to have a real honest conversation with themselves. Lucky, wait. It's time for me to be done with this toxic relationship. I can't do this anymore. I'm lying to myself. I can't do this anymore. This relationship and everything about it is unfair or it's unjust. This could be the discovery of the betrayal, yeah. And now you've discovered the betrayal, and now you're the Ice Queen. Now you're erecting your boundaries. You're becoming detached and cold. Yeah, this very well could be that. Somebody's worried about you walking away. Okay, so remember when I said part of the blockage is somebody hasn't released the past. They're thinking about it. It still weighs heavily. And if you're trying to, I mean, because I'm talking to all people here, even if you discovered that there was third-party energy or whatever, this almost looks like you can't even work, because this kind of looks like somebody wanting to work on trying to rebuild the trust in a relationship. But there's still a lot of like past stuff that hasn't been healed. Like, I don't know if y'all just tried to, like, remember I said it's like somebody was trying to sweep it under the rug, but if you sweep it under the rug, it's just going to be under the rug. Like, you have to address it. You have to address the root cause. You have to address all of it. You can't just sweep it, you know? You can't just sweep it away. You got to talk about it. Yep, and if there's some type of conflict here, it's like you got to stop the bickering and the arguing. There's some things that you need to let go of. Yeah. I'm like, because there goes that lack of success here. Because there's arguing that y'all can't seem to get past. So like I said, even if you wanted to work on the relationship, there's an element of the past that still kind of looms over. Lots of sadness and disappointment here. But there's this energy of the past that's still like very much present in your present. Wow. So part of the lesson, I'm like 6 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the upright. I like these cards. 3, like, in order for y'all, okay, I'm like, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be very, very honest without putting all my business out there. My husband and I have been together for 30 years, but it doesn't mean that we ain't had no issues. We've had issues, you know, but it took a lot of work for us to overcome the issues that we had, and we worked together. That is this. 6 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. Now, this 3 of Pentacles is talking to me more about the working together, not so much a third-party energy, but if y'all got third-party energy that has been kind of hovering in your relationship, then y'all need to get to the root of the problem. Because I do believe that you could successfully overcome the conflict, but there's a lot of things that y'all need to unpack. One of it would be the past infidelities. Those things need to be unpacked. So maybe y'all need to go to therapy. Maybe you do need a little time apart. Maybe y'all need some time apart, like on a trial basis. That's not unheard of either. I ain't gonna tell you how many times I've left. I'm like, I've left a few times. And every time I left, it wasn't because I didn't love it wasn't because I didn't leave because I didn't love my husband. I loved him. I just couldn't deal with the way he was behaving. And I wasn't putting up with that shit. So, you're not going to be able to solve the issues while embroiled in a conflict. Like, this also talks to me about learning how, and like I said, Mercury's retrograde right now. Probably ain't the time to do it, because, you know, when Mercury's retrograde, energy's a little wonky and y'all ain't gonna be hearing each other. You're not gonna be able to have that conversation. Based on the astrology for March, Mercury does not station direct until the 20th, but the post shadow doesn't end until April the 9th. But if you were to have very good conversations as it relates to your relationship, the most effective time would be the 9th, 10th, 11th, 15th, and 17th. Mercury will trine Jupiter. Venus will sextile Pluto. Jupiter retrograde ends on the 11th, and then Mercury will conjunct Mars, which talks about direct conversations leading to fast progress. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to wait until Mercury stations direct. You can have that conversation the day before, a couple of days before Mercury stations direct. And then once it stations direct and Mercury will move into Aries. Mercury will move into Aries on April the 15th. I think those talks will be very productive. Yeah, okay. I gotta go get my kid. But let's do the dice. Okay, this is Pluto. This is the South Node. North Node, South Node, Pluto. The first house, self, sixth house of daily routines, acts of service, 10th house, your reputation, Leo, and Scorpio. Scorpio's out here twice. So Leo, Scorpio, Scorpio. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonated for you, gave you clarity or confirmation of your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes and you see us the most. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. I love you guys. I will be busy this weekend, so I don't know. I might be able to come back on Sunday. Tomorrow I'm going to be out of here first thing in the morning. So, I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. Take care, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.